from the very beginning.
Brigadier General Curtis Buzzard, West Point's commandant, says virtually every step was mapped out in those first 2 weeks.
Certain companies use certain stairwells, certain hallways, certain bathrooms.
West Point is, in many ways, made for quarantine. There's a grocery store, an elementary school, and full neighborhoods for teachers and faculty inside its gates. Cadet Evan Walker says she feels safer here than she did back home in Houston.
People were just acting like there was nothing wrong and refused to wear masks or didn't want to stay at home, which was kind of frustrating to me, honestly. And so being here, I appreciate it.
Here in Annapolis, all students should be out of quarantine by next week. Since their campus is smaller and less isolated, the restrictions during quarantine were severe.
Asking somebody to stay confined to a room for 2 weeks and not go to their friends' rooms or go around the campus and meet with people they haven't seen in months who are some of their closest friends is a very difficult thing to do.
Midshipman Corwin Stites is a rising senior here. He's also in charge of training a group of incoming first-year students. I got to see him in action on one of the final days of plebe summer, right as the students finished their marching drill.
Why are you tucking your face? You want attention! No attention, my friend. Welcome, sir.
Officials at the academies are hopeful that all that discipline, all that testing, all the restrictions will get them through the year safely. And they think other schools can learn from their example. But when I ask students whether they think it's possible at civilian campuses to replicate this success, they're not so sure.
When we come in day one and plebe summer, we're taught how to deal with the uncertainty.
That's Midshipman Cameron Kinley. He's president of the class of 2021, and he's on the Navy football team. I met with him after practice at the Academy's dining hall.
Hey, Harry. My little brother's in college, so I understand the views that they're taking, but they're nowhere near the precautions that we're going through at the Naval Academy.
And even then, with all these rules in Annapolis, I saw some students sit 3 feet away from each other rather than 6, or out running without masks and stopping to chat with friends. Even with military precision, there are things you can't control. Sequoia Carrillo, NPR News.
Mexico has registered the third highest number of COVID deaths in the world, more than 56,000. Its president, though, is reassuring his people that they will have access to a coronavirus vaccine once approved. Mexico and Argentina have teamed up with a major drug company to begin producing a vaccine for Latin America as soon as November. NPR's Carrie Kahn reports.
That November production start date is optimistic, but eager to give Mexicans some good news on the coronavirus front. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has been talking up the new agreement Mexico and Argentina have signed with the AstraZeneca pharmaceutical company.
Es tener confianza de que vamos a salir, que se va a terminar esta pesadilla.
This gives us certainty, the confidence that we will come out of this nightmare, said López Obrador in a video posted on social media. Mexico's richest man, Carlos Slim, says he'll chip in to help with startup costs. Mexico has long been concerned about richer nations snatching up anti-COVID resources before poor countries. López Obrador says the new vaccine agreement ensures Mexico's place in the vaccine pipeline. Producing it in Latin America will also lower costs, estimated to be about $4 a dose. Today, López Obrador said what's important is to get an effective vaccine, even if it's the one Russia announced last week that's yet to go through extensive trials.
Yo sería el primero en dejarme vacunar.
And I'll be the first to be vaccinated, he said. Carrie Kahn, NPR News, Mexico City.
Supporting WHYY, Council for Relationships. If you or a loved one needs to talk to a therapist in these challenging times, or to support counseling for a healthcare or other essential worker, information is at councilforrelationships.org.
Political bats, unprecedented government action, huge Supreme Court rulings, and, oh yeah, a presidential election just months away. This is a pivotal time in our history. Get the unbiased news you need heading into November from WHYY.